guys, welcome to Eat the Frog Fitness Desert Bridge. Today we are just going to focus on some stretching. I heard a lot of comments from our coaches and from our members that they're feeling pretty spent, lots of workouts in this quarantine time. So this is just a nice option if you are looking to slow it down, stretch it out, help with your recovery. So with that in mind, just set up a space to stretch today. If you have some carpet or if you have a mat that you want to pull out. We're just going to start standing. So find a balanced standing position. Your feet can be about hip width. Make sure that your weight's evenly distributed. We're just going to start with a few deep breaths, kind of slow everything down. So take a big inhale, reach overhead. And exhale, let your arms fall. Two more like that. Big inhale. Open mouth, exhale. One more. Inhale up. And exhale. Good. We'll inhale to your mountain pose. Reach your fingertips overhead. Roll your shoulders down your back. Breathe here for a second. Engage your core. Squeeze your glutes. Draw your belly in tight. Take an inhale. Exhale, side stretch to the right. Reach your right fingertips for your left wrist. Pull your left fingertips up and over. Breathe here. So we're looking for that side body stretch. With every inhale, see if you can grow a little bit longer. Really lift up out of your hips. Every exhale, reach a little bit further. Take your shoulders out of your ears. Your feet can stay planted, or if you'd like to step your left foot behind your right, bring your pinky toes to touch. You might feel a little more of that side body stretch, but totally up to you. If you don't like it, keep your feet planted. Good. We'll inhale through center, mountain pose. Exhale, side stretch to the left. So reach your left fingertips for your right wrist. Reach up and over. Good. Think about finding that length along both side bodies. So avoid dumping into your left rib cage. Continue to lift up. And then pretend like your back is pressed up against a wall. Draw your right shoulder blade back. Press your left forward so that your whole back stays in contact with that wall. Again, option to keep your feet right where they are. Or maybe you step your right foot behind your left. Draw your pinky toes to touch to focus a little more on that side body stretch along the right. We'll inhale to an arching mountain pose. Bring your palms to touch overhead. Find a gentle back bend here. Open up your heart toward the ceiling. Breathe here. Take this out of your low back. Squeeze your glutes. Draw your core in tight. Squeeze your biceps in on either side of your ears, then roll your shoulders down your back. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Bring your hands through heart center. Hinge from your hips. Take your fingertips all the way down to your mat. Take as deep a bend in your knees as you need to here to get your fingertips to touch the floor. Good. Then relax your neck. Take your gaze back behind you. Extend the crown of your head for the floor here. Roll your weight into the ball of your foot. See if you can extend your sit bones a little bit closer to the ceiling. Good. On your inhale, we'll halfway lift. Bring your fingertips towards your shins. Extend your spine to parallel. Breathe here. Work to flatten out your back. So draw your belly up, then pinch your shoulder blades together behind you. Good. Remember your neck is a part of your spine, so try and extend that parallel to the floor as well. Gaze is at the top of your mat. Take an inhale. Exhale, squat and curl. Bring your fingertips towards your mat. Lift your heels up high. Sit your hips towards your heels. Draw your belly towards your thigh, and then maybe your chin towards your chest. See if you can make a connection between your forehead and your knees. So we're finding the reverse of that back bend. Back bend, we opened up, right? This one, we're rounding in. Try and create a small ball you can. And if you feel like you want to challenge your balance, option to wrap one or both hands around your knees here. Otherwise, keep your fingertips rooted on your mat to help support your balance. Good. So we're just going to flow through that a few times. Inhale, mountain pose. Ground your heels. Reach up overhead, find length. Exhale, side stretch to the right. Take your time. Inhale through center. Exhale, side stretch to the left. Inhale, arching mountain palms to touch, gentle back bend. Exhale, forward fold, take it down. Inhale, halfway lift, extend, engage your core. Exhale, squat and curl, sit your hips low. Create a small ball you can, squeeze in tight. One more time like that. Inhale, mountain pose, ground your heels, rise. Exhale, side stretch to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, side stretch to the left. Inhale, arching mountain, deepest back bend yet. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, squat and curl, sit low. Maybe try out that balance challenge. If you haven't yet, see if you can stack your heels over the ball of your foot. Find a little stretch along the back of your feet. Good. Then start to walk your palms forward. Bring them into a tabletop position. Allow your knees to rest on your mat. Stack your shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. We're just gonna start with some gentle rocking. So start to sit your hips back towards your heels. You might feel your hip flexors a little bit here. And then as you rock forward, maybe your shoulders come out in front of your wrists just a little bit. You might feel that stretch through your wrist. Good. So it can be a small movement, or you can make it as big as you would like. And as you're rocking here, if you feel comfortable, you can start to play around with some wrist stretches as well. So maybe you flip one hand over. Find a little stretch in this wrist. Maybe your rocking becomes a little bit smaller when you do that. That's okay. You try it on one side, try it on the other as well. Maybe you keep both palms down and start to rotate your fingertips back towards your knees. And you can play around with a little rocking here if you'd like. And when you feel ready, just meet us back in stillness in that tabletop. Bring your palms back to the earth, fingertips point forward. We're gonna find a little movement in your spine with some cat-cows. So we'll inhale to cow pose. Drop your belly towards your mat. Gaze out in front of you, roll your shoulders down your back. Exhale, cat, round your spine. Tuck your chin into your chest. Really press the back of your heart toward the ceiling. Gaze for your belly button. Inhale, cow pose. Drop your belly down, gaze up. Exhale, cat, round and tuck in tight. Press the floor away. One more like that. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat. Meet us back in that neutral spine position. Bring your right fingertips behind your head. We're gonna find a little rotation through your spine. So inhale, take your right elbow up toward the ceiling. See if you can stack your shoulders, one on top of the other. Exhale, right elbow to left wrist. Keep your hips over knees, draw your core in tight. We're looking for that twist through your thoracic spine. Inhale, elbow up high. Exhale, elbow to wrist, twist up. One more, inhale, elbow up. Exhale, elbow to wrist. On your inhale, reach your right fingertips up this time. Find a little more length, open up through your collarbones. Exhale, thread the needle. Guide your right hand between your left palm and knee. Allow your head to rest. You can keep your left hand exactly where it is. Option to walk your fingertips long in front of you toward the top of your mat. Or option to find a half bind if you'd like to tuck your left hand behind your right hip. You'll feel some rotation through your spine. You're also going to feel some sensation through those shoulders. So open up here. And if you did move that left palm, go ahead and draw it back underneath your shoulder. On an inhale, press up, reach your right fingertips toward the ceiling. Exhale, tabletop, realign. We're gonna do all of that on the left side. So start by bringing your left fingertips behind your head. Inhale, take your left elbow up toward the ceiling. Open up your chest. Exhale, left elbow to right wrist. Suck your belly button towards your spine. Find this twist. Inhale, elbow up. Exhale, elbow to wrist. One more, inhale, lift up. Exhale, twist it out. Inhale, reach your left fingertips up toward the ceiling, find length. Exhale, thread the needle. Guide your left hand between your right palm and knee. Allow your head to rest on your mat here to help protect your neck. Take the same option with your right hand that you took on the first side. So palm can stay where it is. Option to walk your fingertips long. Or option for your half wrap. Good. Then try and slow down your breath here. As you breathe into the stretch, you may notice that you start to open up a little more mobility, a little more range of motion through those shoulders especially. And if you did move your right palm, draw it back underneath your right shoulder. Inhale, reach your left fingertips up toward the ceiling, open up. Exhale, tabletop. Start to walk your palms forward. We're gonna come belly down on your mat. So go ahead and lower all the way down. Keep your palms lightly under your shoulders. Uncurl your toes, press the tops of your feet down into your mat, and really lengthen the back of your neck, so gaze is down toward the floor. We're gonna take a few rounds of rolling cobra. So inhale, cobra pose. Lift your heart forward and up. Press the tops of your feet down into the mat. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra pose, lift up. Keep your palms light on the mat, or maybe you hover them completely. Exhale, lower down. One more, inhale, cobra pose, lift up. Use the strength of your back to lift here. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, king cobra. You can press your palms into your mat this time to help deepen your back bend. Maybe you keep a bend in your elbows. Maybe you straighten your arms, totally up to you. Breathe here for a moment. Roll your shoulders away from your ears. Spread your collarbones wide, proud chest. Good. One more breath here. Lower your torso back down. We're gonna come into a Sphinx pose. So start to walk your palms forward so that your elbows stack underneath your shoulders this time. Form the number 11 with your palms and forearms. Good. Open up through the collarbones again. Proud heart forward. Take an inhale. Exhale, half frog pose on the right. Bend your right knee. Draw your right heel towards your glute. Breathe here. So you can stay right here. If you feel like you'd like a little more through that right quad, you can reach your right hand back to help pull your heel in a little bit tighter. Feel more sensation through that quad. If that's not for you, just work on actively kicking your right heel in. You can still find that quad stretch. Maybe you grab the outside, the pinky toe side of the foot. Maybe you grab the inside, the big toe side. Whatever feels right to you. Find that quad stretch. Good. You can release that right foot. Inhale back through center. Realign. And exhale, half frog pose on the left. Bend your left knee, heel towards your glute. Again, option to stay right here, or option to reach your left hand back. So you can pull your heel in a little bit tighter. Yes, you might feel that through your shoulder as well. I'm getting a little hamstring cramp myself, but we'll get there soon. When you feel even, you can release your left foot as well. Come back to that Sphinx, and then lower your belly down. Take a second if you'd like to bend your knees. You can windshield wiper your legs side to side. You might feel a little through your low back here. And when you're ready, just come back to stillness. Draw your palms back underneath your shoulders. Press yourself up to a tabletop position. Then curl your toes under. We're gonna press back to your downward facing dog. So first down dog, maybe of your day, at least of this practice. Take a moment just to warm it up. You can pedal out your heels back and forth. Find a little more length through your hamstrings and your calves. Option to open up your hips a little bit here if you'd like. You can go into a three-legged dog, bend one knee, make some circles with your kneecap. Or don't, it's totally up to you. If you do it on one side though, try it out on the other leg as well. Good. Take about 2 more breaths here. We'll meet back in stillness in that down dog when you are done. Inhale, 3-leg dog. Lift your right heel high. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right foot forward. Stack your knee over your ankle. Go ahead and drop your left knee toward the floor. We're gonna come into a kneeling crescent here. Really shift your weight into your right foot. We're looking for that hip flexor stretch along your left side. So option, you can keep your palms grounded if you'd like. You can bring your hands to your right thigh. Really press forward into that heel. Good. Work to draw your left hip forward. Squeeze your right glute to square your hips toward the top of your mat. So you can find that stretch along your left hip flexor. Take an inhale. We'll exhale to a half split. So straighten your right leg. You can bring your fingertips down towards your mat. Really try and point your toes back towards your face, so flex that front foot. We're gonna flow into this a few times, see if we can open it up. So inhale, shift your weight forward. Exhale, sit your hips back. Good. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, sit back. One more time. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, sit back. Now we're gonna hold here. Know that you can always take a bend in your right knee if you need to. If you want more sensation, start to straighten that right leg a little bit more. Flex your foot. You're gonna feel a stretch along the hamstring, maybe your calf muscle as well. Try and keep a flat back here, so take the rounding out of your spine. Lower your belly button towards your thigh, and then maybe your forehead towards your shin if your flexibility allows it. You're welcome to stay right here. If you want to get a little more into that IT band, you can bring your left hand to the pinky toe side of your right foot as well, and start walking your hands back towards your hips. Really work to straighten through that right leg. You might start to find that right IT band along the outside of your thigh a little bit more here. You can also play around with the position of your toes. You can windshield your toes side to side. See if that rotation changes anything for you. If you did walk your hands to the side, go ahead and bring them back through center. Come back into that tabletop position. Curl your toes under. We'll press back to that down dog again. Take a second, pedal out your heels. We're gonna do all of that on the left side. So inhale, 3-leg dog, lift your left heel. Exhale, low lunge, step your foot forward between your hands. Drop your right knee to the mat. We're coming into that kneeling crescent, but again, lots of options. Palms can stay grounded. Hands can come to your thigh if you prefer. As you hang out here, you may notice that you can inch your left foot forward a little bit more. Try to stack your knee over ankle, but if that hip flexor opens up a little more, maybe you can take a wider stance. Square your hips toward the top of your mat, so draw your left hip crease back, press your right forward. Good. Then we're gonna start to work into that half split, so take an inhale. Exhale, half splits. You can ground your palms, sit your hips back towards your heels. Start to flex your foot, toes point towards you. We're gonna flow through it a few times again. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, half splits. Each time we do it, maybe you get a little deeper. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, half split, take it back. One more time, inhale. And exhale, hold here. So option to take as deep a bend in your left knee as you need to. This should be a stretching sensation, but not painful. Work to square the hips forward, flat back as you hinge from your hips. And again, if you'd like a little more IT band, option to walk your right hand to the pinky toe side of your front foot. Bring both hands closer to your hips. Really focus on that straight leg if you're trying to work that IT band. If that's too much, you can always walk your hands forward, or bring your right hand back to the big toe side of your foot. And an option to take it side to side. God, once your body feels even, make sure you frame your foot with both hands again. Step your left knee back into your tabletop. Curl your toes under, press back to your down dog. One more time, you can pedal out your heels if you'd like here. So you can find a little more length through the backs of your legs. Work to drive your heels a little closer to your mat. Now that you took the time to open up your hamstrings and calves a little bit more. On your inhale, gaze forward between your hands. Exhale, walk your feet up behind your wrists. So once you come into this forward fold position, start to heel toe your feet out a little bit wider than hip width distance. How far apart is totally up to you. We're just coming into a wide leg forward fold. So maybe your wide leg position is just a little wider than hip width. Maybe you'd like to take it closer to mat swift distance, totally up to you. Then start to roll your weight into the ball of your foot. Extend the crown of your head toward the floor. Really think about lifting your sit bones up toward the ceiling rather than pushing them back. Find a little more length in the back of your legs. And then take a second here. You can hold onto your feet or ankles and pull yourself a little deeper if you'd like. You can make this a little more passive. Just keep your hands on the mat underneath your shoulders. If you'd like, maybe you walk your fingertips between your feet for the opposite side of the room. Maybe you'd like to take this into a little twist. Whatever you feel like your body needs here. We'll be here about 2 more breaths. Take your time. Anything you do on one side, try it out on the other as well. Bring your palms back underneath your shoulders. If they left, press yourself upright. You can heel toe your feet a little bit closer together. We're just gonna come down to a seated position on your mat. So maybe your feet don't go all the way in. You can take a bend in your knees, just come to a seat. Any comfortable seat. You can sit cross-legged, butterfly, whatever you like. Go ahead and straighten your right arm. Pull your right arm across your torso. We're gonna find a little shoulder stretch. So you can hold on to your forearm or your bicep. Wherever you are, roll your shoulder blade back into its socket. Relax your neck. Try and keep that arm as straight as you can. Even if it means you can't pull it quite as close to your torso, that's okay. We'll take that same arm, your right fingertips go up toward the ceiling, then bend your elbows for a tricep stretch here. Try and pat yourself on the back. Gentle stretch here, either holding onto your bicep or your forearm. Pull that arm nice and tight. Roll that shoulder back down. And then reach your left fingertips up to the ceiling. Take a bend in your elbow. Pat yourself on the back. Find your tricep here. Try and keep that elbow pointing up toward the ceiling as much as you can. And then release all 10 fingers behind your hips. Make a fist. Try and draw the heels of your palms to touch and then take your knuckles toward the floor. Really open up your chest here. Maybe your gaze stays out in front. Maybe you gaze up toward the ceiling a little bit more. Keep that fist. Draw it towards the left hip, towards the outside of your left hip here. And then drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Really feel that stretch along the right side of your neck and that shoulder as well. Same thing on the other side. Bring that fist towards your left hip and drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. And that stretch along your left side body. Good. When you feel even, release that fist and shake out your arms. We're gonna find a straddle position. So take your legs out wide. If the straddle is a lot, we can always take this one side at a time. You can bend your right knee and draw the bottom of your foot towards your inner thigh. On your inhale, reach your fingertips overhead. Exhale, single leg stretch. So reach those fingertips towards your foot. Try and keep your chest open out in front of you. So keep your right shoulder stacked over your left. You might feel this through your left hamstring. You're gonna feel this side body stretch as well here. Good. Take one more breath here so you can get a little deeper. On your inhale, rise back up through center. And exhale, take it to the opposite side. Try and make a connection between your side body and your thigh. So bringing those obliques down towards your leg rather than your belly. And that side stretch as well as the stretch through your hamstring. And when you feel even, lift back up. Extend your legs out long in front of you. Option here, if this feels like a lot on your hamstrings, take a bend in your knees. They don't have to be locked out. One more time, we'll inhale, reach up. And exhale, seated forward fold. Hinge from your hips to lower down. So you can hold on to your shins, your ankles, your feet, whatever works for you. Every inhale, grow a little bit longer through your spine. And every exhale, get a little bit deeper. So this time we are trying to make that belly to thigh connection. And then if you want to take it deeper, maybe forehead to shin. One more breath here, find your deepest fold. On your inhale, rise up, reach your fingertips out towards your toes. And on your exhale, slowly lower all the way down to your back. Take your time, come to that comfortable recline position. And then once you're there, take a bend in your knees. You can press the bottoms of your feet into the floor. Draw your heels towards your glutes. Inhale, extend your right heel up to the ceiling. Exhale, recline figure four. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. You can gently press on your right thigh here to help encourage that rotation through your right hip. If you'd like a little bit more, you can lift your left heel off the mat, bring your left shin to parallel. You can wrap your hands around that left thigh. You can continue to press your right elbow into your right thigh if you want to encourage that rotation in this position. Make sure your legs are active. Flex your feet, toes point up toward the ceiling. Press your low back down into your mat. If your left heel is lifted, you can bring it back down to your mat. Bring your right foot down to meet it. Do the same thing on the other side. Inhale, take your left heel up. Exhale, recline figure four on the left. Take a second if you'd like to press on your left thigh here, open up that left hip. And again, maybe you extend your right shin to parallel, wrap your hands around your right thigh here. Activate your legs, toes point up toward the ceiling. Relax the back of your head into your mat. And if your right heel is lifted, you can bring it back down. And bring your left to meet it. If you'd like to take a second here to windshield wiper your legs, you can. And a little more release for that low back. On your inhale, draw your right knee in towards your chest. Extend your left leg long in your mat. Breathe here. You can hold on to your right hamstring or shin. If your thigh is in contact with your belly, maybe you take it just out toward the side. Try and tuck your knee into your armpit. And you'd like to make a few circles with your ankle here as well. On your inhale, give your right knee one more squeeze. Exhale, supine twist. Guide your right knee across your torso. Keep your shoulder blades planted on the mat. Your gaze can stay up to the ceiling, or to deepen this twist, your gaze can go over your right shoulder. your low back into the floor, realign your spine. On your inhale, keep your left knee tucked in, extend your right leg long. Breathe here. Take a hold of your hamstring or shin, pull your left knee in tight. Again, either your thigh towards your belly or maybe your knee towards your armpit. And then roll out your left ankle on the side. Inhale, give your left knee one more squeeze. Exhale, supine twist, guide your left knee across. Gaze can stay up to the ceiling or extend over your left shoulder this time. Keep your shoulder blades planted down. See if you can stack your left hip over your right. And when your body feels even, you can come back through center. Tuck both knees in again. Take that second, maybe go side to side. Press your low back down. We're going to take this into happy baby, so you can hold on to your shins, your ankles, the inner or outer edges of your feet. Try to take your knees out towards either side of your torso. Use the strength of your arms to pull your knees down. And from here you can rock side to side. You can bend into one knee and straighten the opposite leg. Just do whatever feels good. When you're done, tuck your knees into your belly one more time. On your inhale, create the smallest ball you can. Tuck your chin in towards your chest, maybe forehead to knee. Exhale, release. Find a comfortable recline position. We're going to take 3 big, deep breaths here, just like we did to get started. Take a big inhale, fill up. Open mouth, exhale. Big inhale, feel your belly rise as you fill up. Big exhale, release. One more like that. Inhale. Big exhale. When you're ready, you can draw your knees back in. Rock yourself up to a seated position. Thank you for joining us. We're stretching it out today. Hopefully you feel a little more recovered, a little more mobile, a little less stiff after we stretched it out. Feel free to come back to this video after sessions if you need a deeper stretch, after work if you feel a little stiff from sitting all day, whatever it is for you. Hopefully this is here to help. Hope to see you guys back in the studio soon. Have a great day.